Yeah.
Well,
because we're a couple of moody guys.
One thing about me, I'm moody.
Here's one thing about me. I care about 6 things: sound, and then 2 through 6.
I care about 6 things: BOOBIES.
Whoa,
That's 7. That's 7. That BOOBIES, boobies. That's 7.
So you care about booby?
Boobie. Okay.
Booby,
I care about
the
boobie.
one. Yeah,
The single.
yeah. You ever come across somebody with a uniboob?
No.
Neither have I, and I hope I never do. Welcome to This Ain't a Scene, It's a Podcast.
Wow, we're right in, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, we go right in here.
Spare no expense.
We go right in.
Spare no expense. That's right. Just like Jurassic Park, except we're Badassic Park. That's yeah. Dawson didn't like that one. I'm Carson. He him pronouns. Who do I have with me?
Well, as usual, I'm also here. My name's Dawson. Also he him pronouns, and I have some news for our listeners. There is a presence in this room.
Sort of a ghostly, ghastly.
There is an apparition.
A full body apparition.
Sitting in a gamer chair.
Opaque.
Oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, really?
Who are you?
I didn't know ghosts had to still sit in traffic. That's kind of a raw deal, eh?
This episode also featuring the ghost of
Jack Kern.
Of me. I'm Jack.
Yeah.
I'm Jack Kern.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you.
In a slight change of pace from me bringing my bandmate on, Dawson has brought on his bandmate.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What an
Bummer
honor.
Hill's own Jack Kern.
Wow, what an honor, what a pleasure
Yeah.
to be on.
What do
How
you
many
do?
episodes have you listened to?
How many what?
You like this podcast, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've listened to like...
Name 10 episodes.
I don't think there are 10 episodes
No,
yet.
this
actually.
is episode 8.
Gotcha. I have listened to half of 3 separate episodes. So I've made it through the first half of 3 episodes. It was the most recent one with Maddie. The first episode, and I think the second episode. So the first half of the first 2 episodes, and then the first half of the most recent one.
Okay, all right.
That's more than
I'll
Maddie
accept
listened
that.
to.
That's more than Maddie listened to.
We
Yeah,
take those.
Maddie's only listened to the episodes that she's been on. So
That's
If even that. I don't know if she's done that.
I mean, I actually don't either. I was about to be like, well, I know, and then I don't know.
just
So
skim to the parts where I hear myself talking, and I skip the rest of the parts.
Right,
and I'm
sure,
like, okay,
sure.
there's me talking.
you made
and
an
talking.
edit. You're gonna make an edit with a
Supercut.
noise gate on both of us.
Yeah, supercut,
yeah.
Jack only.
Jack
I'm
only.
gonna post it on the Bummer Hill YouTube channel.
Yeah.
For the
Maybe we could do Jack and Maddie only. If we could like create a scenario in which like we compile Maddie's audio from both of her episodes and then your audio from this episode and make it sound like you two are having a conversation.
Yeah, but it's just nonsense because none of it is.
Yeah.
Or you just invite both of us to guest on the pod, and then neither of you show up. So we're
Not
just
a bad
like,
idea.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
And you two have to talk about like the song with I Love McConan or something.
yeah.
We'll have you both on for that episode. How about that? We'll have you both on for the I Love McConan collab episode.
I Love McConan collab.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I Love McConan was club going up on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he ended up dating Little Peep.
That's pending, huh? That's happening? Like
The episode?
The episode?
No,
with-
Fall Out Boy also made a song with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you're talking. Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
We're
did
not-
not know
we're
about
not
this.
I was
Going up.
I
explaining.
thought he
I
was
Love
coming
Mc-
on the pod. I was like, wow, that's big connect. That's
Oh yeah. No. He just did a song with Fall Out Boy and it's on
Okay.
the wheel. That's all.
it's only-
I mean, I'm sure we could try and get him though.
Yeah.
What's I Love McConan up to?
I don't know.
That's not one of the. He didn't die, right?
No.
That was.
imagine.
I don't
man.
think so.
That would suck. That would
I was
suck.
thinking of I Heart Memphis for a second. And that's
What's
the guy
I Heart Memphis?
hit the Quan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Damn, what
Not
a
really.
shitty rap name.
I Heart
What a
Memphis.
terrible name.
That song is like dog ass apart from the part where he goes hit the Quan, and then the rest of it is terrible.
I don't think I've ever heard the song apart from TikTok. So,
Don't.
all right. I won't.
It sucks.
Damn. Taking shots today at I Heart Memphis. I Love Memphis. I Heart Memphis. Okay, all right.
Best
my bad.
bad rapper name.
Best bad rapper name?
I'm saying Ice JJ Fish.
That's
Not
kinda,
a real artist. That is a joke. That is a novelty.
What?
That is a YouTube novelty.
What?
Ice JJ. Also, Ice JJ Fish, not an awful name.
But it's the best. But it's a bad. It's not awful, but it's a good bad name. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well,
something about you, girl. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he sucks. But like,
that's my chord.
Worst. There's got to be one that I'm not coming up with. Who do you got, Dawson?
I don't really keep things in my brain that I find unpleasant.
Maybe it's just me.
Ooh, I really don't like Pooh Shiesty.
Oh,
I don't like anything that has poo in it.
Pooh or Shiesty.
Yeah, Shiesty, because Shiesty just sounds like it feels like I'm looking at like someone really fucked up their underwear. It sounds like someone shat their pants.
Dang.
So Pooh Shiesty's really bad.
A boogie with the hoodie is pretty bad.
Not bad. Yeah. Did you see the Jeopardy rappers category thing?
No.
Like it was a recent episode of Jeopardy, and it was the clue was a picture of Earl Sweatshirt, and it was like seen here in an actual hoodie. His debut album, Doris, was his first to reach #1 on the Billboard rap charts or something like that. And like this lady like hits her button and goes, a boogie with the hoodie, and she's like so sure of it, and they're like, no, that would be Earl Sweatshirt. There's 2 sweatshirt-based rappers.
Dang.
Which I actually think Earl Sweatshirt's a hard as fuck name.
Oh yeah,
I think that's
that
sick.
is good.
Yeah, especially Earl. You're not fucking with a guy
it's
named Earl.
That's how you
powerful
make
to
their name Earl hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Is add sweatshirt to it?
I don't, not specific, just like
Yeah,
mundane article of clothing.
not bad.
Jack cargo pants. Not good.
Jack. No,
Not good.
I like Jack Pants.
Jack pants.
Jack Pants isn't that bad. Or Jackson Pants.
Jackson.
I'm putting on my
actual
Jackson
middle
pants.
name, yeah. Jackson.
The other day I had this, and we'll get to Fall Out Boy in a second. The other day I had this thought of like, you know how like fantasy football, fantasy, sports are a thing. Because baseball is such an individualist sport. Like everybody has like of course what you do on the diamond, as it were, is important to your team winning, of course. But like, your individual stats are so broken down, like how many times you've struck out, how many times like, how many errors you've gotten off of a base or whatever. And I'm going to make this interesting in a second because I can see you like looking into the corner, just like what I don't want to talk about baseball right
That's
now.
not what's happening at all.
It is. It's okay. It's okay. I was thinking about like instead of a fantasy thing where you like put together a team, I was thinking it'd be interesting if you could do like a baseball player's stock market where like every baseball player has a certain stock value and like based on their performance, it like fluctuates like how much they're worth.
You invest
and you buy stocks in baseball players basically.
Damn.
But it might be even more fun to do it with rappers. Fantasy rap game.
Wow, that's crazy.
Rap stocks.
Rap stock.
I feel like we could make this take off. As like, and it would maybe have to live in the realm of cryptocurrency, which is a realm I don't want to play around in.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it might be kind of fun. It sounds fun to me. You turn rap into Pokemon Go.
Oh,
effectively.
God. Amazing.
Pokemon Go rap.
Doing this not even with the intent of making profit, just for the funny.
Yeah.
I mean, also like autism, because like I would love to have stats on people. I would love to attribute a number to
flow bars,
actual people that are living in life right now.
You would love to
like if one of them drops a really, really hot track that has like pop crossover, like your stonks are going through the roof, but if like, we have an album that flops, or if you get like a bad Fantano review, like boo, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kiss of death.
Kiss of death. Kiss of death. Like, who's the most popular rapper right now?
Still Drake.
Okay, so Drake's like a high. Drake stocks are high right now. Drake stocks might be through the roof.
Yeah.
But
Ice Spice stocks are still pretty high.
Moment. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
it could be.
I'm buying
a Kanye could happen any moment.
That's right. That's right. I'm buying stock in Ice Spice right now, but I might sell it off if she drops an album that no one cares about, or if she collaborates with Chris Brown or something like that.
Would insider
and by
trading,
collaborate, I do mean in the war criminal sense.
Yeah. Do you think insider trading would be like a bad effect considering all the like leaks and shit? Like, have you seen how many fucking Playboy Cardi leaks there are?
I
It's
don't know if
kind
leaks would affect it.
Well, like it could, because like if the leaks are indicative of the next project and the leaks suck balls, then
that's not bad. That's
like,
not bad.
It could be an issue.
Yeah. Well, this means I would have to, if we started this, I would have to get really, really invested in r/hip hop heads, which are a bunch of white guys I don't want to deal with right now.
Yeah. Honestly, now that you bring that up, I don't think it's worth it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas, baseball nerds, less insufferable than white hip hop fans?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm both. So I'm just annoying.
I would only wager that baseball fans are less annoying than white hip hop heads, because I don't have to interact with baseball fans
on the daily.
Yeah. I have to go on
podcast with one.
Yeah. I mean, I can live with that.
But I try not to bring baseball into this.
Yeah, as long as you don't do it in front of me. Like,
yeah. It's sort of a
it's like a don't ask, don't tell kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Behind closed doors, I can watch all the baseball I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the living room though, like chill out.
Yeah, and in public,
yuck.
If you and another guy are playing baseball together, keep that to yourself. Anyway,
I'll
Jack.
go on for hours. No,
Anyway,
dude,
Jack. What do you do? Who are you?
Who me?
Where do you live?
My home address.
Say
What's
your
your address?
home address and your social security number and your credit card number on air right now.
No, but I am Jack, and I will tell you what I do. Though.
What do you do?
Okay.
Because y'all got the numbers on this shit already. I can't be like, what was this episode 1? I would be like, sure. Here's my SSN.
Sure. Here's my
Yeah.
I'll take the gamble for the funniness, but no, I'll play it close to the chest. I'm Jack. I am in a band called Bummer Hill with Dawson here.
You guys have been recording.
We have been. We recently wrote a project. I say project because we haven't settled on
what it is.
Yet.
As of right now, undetermined.
Undetermined project of 6 or 7 track length.
There are songs on it.
There are songs.
There
on
are
it.
certainly songs.
There are songs on it, and it's.
Are they good?
They're very good. They're
so.
our best.
Okay.
They're definitely our finest work, and I'm very excited about them. We're doing it.
As am I.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's our first time doing stuff like in a studio and like not me producing it in my bedroom, which has been cool and fun, but I'm ready to
move on.
Level our shit up. Yeah, for sure. But
how's it been going?
It's been
feel good about?
I feel good about it. We're having our first like big tracking session this weekend. We've really just gotten some like preliminary stuff down.
Nice. Cool.
For the first session we had, but we're doing drums this weekend, which is big exciting stuff.
Nice. I'm doing drums at the same studio tomorrow.
I know. I was like, hey Dom, can I schedule stuff this days? And Dom was like, no, actually I have the Dow Boys in for like this 6-day stretch or something. And I was like,
well, that's in 2 weeks, but I'm doing an EP with the band Caregiver tomorrow. A Nashville band, Caregiver.
Very cool.
Nashville post-hardcore bands, Caregiver.
Very sweet. You're producing it?
I am producing it. Yes, I'm producing it. I'm mixing it, mastering it. Probably. I don't know.
Very sweet.
I don't know what's happening. Anyway.
Caregiver, I hardly know her, is all I'm going to say.
Woo! Goddamn.
Got him.
Now that's
He's quick with those.
They have to stop making music now.
That's the rule. Well, their name is actually Plus Caregiver Plus.
Plus Caregiver Plus I
like
hardly
a plus
know her.
sign?
Plus I hardly know her.
Plus ratio.
Wow.
Plus your
Plus
mom.
your mom have big gay. So Jack, what is your relationship to Fall Out Boy?
My relationship to Fall Out Boy is I was an emo kid in like middle school and early high school, and I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, Fall Out Boy was one of the big bands you were into if you were into
Yeah.
alternative music. It's Fall Out Boy is one of the big like gateway drug bands, so to speak, getting into that kind of music. So I listened to fucking I think the first song I heard by Fall Out Boy was Dance Dance, actually.
Nice. I was just about to ask you what was the first song. Great first song to
hear,
hear,
for
too.
sure.
Amazing
awesome.
song.
That one, and obviously Sugar were like, got me, like I had the CD for Cork Tree and all that, and I like, got into Infinity and all that as a result. But yeah, I was probably more into, I know Panic is a recurring like come up on this show just because they're so like,
as long as you don't say his name.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll say Panic. They're just such like,
well, our listeners have to remove their eyelids if we say Brendon Urie.
No!
You just said
all right, sorry.
Son of a bitch, you said, well.
God damn it. Take a shot.
Remove your eyelid.
Interchangeable.
You were probably more into Panic at the Disco, though? Is that what
yeah, yeah. I was probably more into Panic at that age, just because, like, I don't know. I feel like the theatrics were a lot like heavier, especially in that. Well, because I think Fever and Cork Tree came out like 3 months apart in 2005, and I feel like Fever is, I don't know, a little more like. Cork Tree is a lot more like straightforward, kind of like rock music, whereas Fever is there's like a lot of theatrics, and there's like weird, funky, like electronic sections and acoustic sections and stuff like that.
I've always, Maddie has always said that Fever is meant to be half modern dance music, half old dance music.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how accurate that is, but I guess it's kind of correct, because if you... like, there's a bunch of synths and, like, weird shit in the first half, and then there's not any of that once that intermission happens.
Yeah. It's a very eclectic blend of a record. But, I mean,
it's awesome.
I really like Cork Tree just because it feels very nostalgic for me, and I, recently re-listened to the whole thing because this song came up. And it's, like, it holds up. I still think it's one of Fall Out Boy's best records, for sure. It's, like, up there.
It is...
top 3. IMO.
Yeah, I think it was number 3 for me for a little while. I think it's fallen a little bit for me just because of how samey all the tracks are. However, I will say, like, XO is one of my favorite Fall Out Boy songs, period. I slept with someone in Fall Out Boy and all I got was this stupid song written about me. I think is one of the best live performances I've ever seen. I think I've only seen them play that once, but when I saw them play it, I was like, holy shit, this is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like, it's got a lot of great songs on it. And, maybe we'll get into this later with you, but I think it's got some serious misses. I think it's got some misses that other albums just don't seem to have. But all the songs on it really do make up for it. Let's talk about the song that we got on the wheel last week.
Oh, baby.
Would you like to introduce it, Jack?
Our lawyer told us to change the name of this song because we might get sued or something.
Our lawyer made us change the name of this song so we wouldn't get sued.
I was close.
Yes.
I happen to know a tidbit information about it.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, little snippet of the song. All right. Did you enjoy that? It's
over.
Wow, that was so good. That was
we're gonna
awesome.
use the live version of just Pete screaming shilly. Thank you for pulling back from the microphone.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funnier that way.
It was.
But oh shit.
You're right.
It was like I did a little
dance, made a little love.
Yeah, exactly.
Got down tonight?
Wow.
Whoa.
I did a little Google search when I found out this was this.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be my name is something something and we are the Temptations.
Yes.
Something like that.
My name is David Ruffin and we are the Temptations.
Yes.
Was the original name.
Yes.
Which was a soul band from which David Ruffin was kicked out.
Yep.
I believe. And I
especially for trying to rename the Temptations to David Ruffin and the Temptations.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Can you
they
imagine?
said fuck that.
Yeah.
They said fuck that, kicked them out, and then they made some of probably their best music after they kicked them out.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is like,
Powerful.
very powerful.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that can happen when you kick out an egomaniac.
Right. Sure. I mean, some bands require the fuel provided by an egomaniac to make the band go.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Me neither.
Um,
That's neither here nor
I
there.
also think every band that's named blank and the blanks
yeah.
doomed to fail.
Selena
can-
Gomez in the scene.
Well, that's an
Gotcha.
example of it working out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Julian Casablancas and the Strokes just changed. I mean, and not the Strokes and the
The
Voids.
The
Excuse
Voids,
me. Julian Casablancas and the Voids changed their name to just the Voids. So
Good.
it was like,
Good.
yeah.
I actually like those couple.
That,
of
I mean,
Voids
I
records.
love the Voids.
I saw them. They were very good. They were very cool.
Yeah.
I think it's very funny that he did that. I'm glad that he did because Julian Casablancas and the Voids is a fucking mouthful to say.
Yeah.
It's
There's
true.
some names where like you have it and then even if you want to, you just can't do a
Mhm.
name and the blank.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's just like
I think the Frank Iero ones have been cool because he's changed the band name every time with every record, and it's like this is what a band called this would sound like, which I think is cool. And I think the original idea behind that was to do like an actual different band name and not have it tied to his name at all. But I think he was worried about it not performing as well. I don't know, but it's pretty cool.
it's a valid
Nightmare for the
concern.
streaming services.
Nightmare for the
Yeah.
streaming services. Yeah,
Still
I
cool.
think
it was a moment in time.
it was a moment in time. You're right. 100 Gex had it for a minute as 100 Gex, Dylan Brady, Laura Less in
It's
the
still
artist.
like that on some of the songs.
It's not that on 10,000 Gex.
Mm.
It just says 100 Gex. The way you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If-
it's very annoying.
Yeah.
How that works out. I think there was like a glitch with Apple Music's composers feature that they put on,
Oh.
where that was bleeding into like not classical music.
Oh.
So I remember putting on Attention by Joji, and the byline said instead of Joji, it was George Joji Miller, and then everyone else who wrote on it. And it
Whoa.
was just scrolling for like,
Hours.
Yeah, easily like
fun.
20 whole seconds.
Jeez.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Well, our lawyer made us change the name of this song so we wouldn't get sued.
Yes.
What was I about to say? And then you.
We went on the tangent.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to go on another one? We have a couple corrections.
Oh yeah. Corrections
Ooh,
time.
I love this segment.
It doesn't happen every episode, but whenever it does happen,
Is it the ones that I already found out about on Twitter?
It's happened in every episode.
I
that
don't
I've
know
watched.
what you found out about
I
on
think.
Twitter or not.
I was wrong about the lineup of the Foozer tour.
Oh yeah.
was
Okay.
one-
So
yeah.
Jason V says I have a correction on our Twitter at the Dreaded Wheel.
Uh-huh.
I have a correction. I have found zero evidence that Brand New played the Foozer tour.
Yeah.
Mm.
My
And
bad. My
adding
fault.
to this, Panic never headlined a Honda Civic tour during the Vices era.
What the fuck?
Mm.
Which I
It was the something
know.
tour.
the something
It
tour.
was Nokia. It was a Nokia,
Nokia.
tour.
Damn.
Honda, Nokia. Easy for me to get confused.
Homie's gonna be in the comments again. Like, actually, it wasn't Nokia.
Yeah,
It was Samsung.
If it wasn't the Nokia tour,
It was Motorola.
let us know again.
Man, what's Motorola up to? Are they okay? Probably
No,
not.
They're not. Motorola is not
Perished.
okay.
wasted.
John Motorola somewhere throwing a dart into his own eye.
Yeah.
John Motorola found dead in Miami.
Crazy.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Were those all the corrections?
Yeah, that was it.
Follow us on Twitter at the Dreaded Wheel, please.
Please.
We need more Twitter followers, because
Man.
then
I will be motivated to tweet on there more.
Yeah, me too.
Because right now I
All
only
the best
tweet on
content
the
goes to the Bummer Hill account, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
all the best content goes to the Bummer Hill Twitter.
She A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U
I-
V W X Y and Z on my
Till
1, 2,
I-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, don't say every number in existence to complete
No!
that joke.
why is this episode of the pod 147,000 hours? That's crazy.
Is that the actual time that it takes to say every number in existence?
Oh, I feel like you're.
I don't
pretty
think you
quick.
can say every number in existence. I feel like numbers are
Disagree.
infinite.
There's
What do
only like 10.
How-
There's only 100. Don't tell me
don't-
there's more.
I don't feel it. Have you ever heard of 101?
Yeah.
What about 200?
Ooh.
Get this.
I only know one number, and it's $8.
1,000.
1,000?
You ever heard of 1,000 before?
Hardly know her. Anyway,
It's not even work. It's not how that joke works.
I don't get how it
Leave
works.
it to the pros.
Leave it. Yeah.
Come on,
I'm sorry.
hey,
I'm
kid.
sorry. I'm
Leave it to the
sorry.
pros.
Jesus. I'll leave it to my boys. Anyway, this is the album opener.
Yes.
Hardly know her.
There it is. There it is.
From the 2005 release, From Under the Cork Tree.
Indeed.
The first thing I noticed about this that I guess I had never really thought about before is, every record does sound different. Every Fall Out Boy record does sound different. But I mean, this is the closest one to how they started off, right? Like, it's the closest to Take This to Your Grave and Evening Out with Your Girl. Even so, I think, like, can you name another pop punk band that was doing a gallopy track like this? Because this song fucking gallops.
The song's on the back of a horse.
This song is on the back of a horse.
It's tough. It's really
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And there's only a couple songs on Cork Tree that are like what I think of when I hear the words pop punk, which when I hear the words pop punk, I instantly go to Newfound Glory and how much I don't like that band. No offense, Newfound Glory. I'm sure you're fine people.
I haven't listened, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, it's exactly what you think of when you hear pop punk in your brain, which I do think Take This to Your Grave falls under that category. I don't know if all of this stuff on this record does, because there are moments that I would just straight up call pop punk. There are moments that I would call pop rock, and this song is like kind of a metal song. It's kind of sick.
Yeah, there's some like, I don't know who does those vocals on those later tracks of the records with like the
screams,
and stuff.
That's Pete. Yeah.
That's Pete.
That's Pete and a guy that used to tech for them. A guy that used to like guitar tech and drum tech for them.
Interesting.
I think he still might do some tech work with them. But when I saw them play a couple of these songs live in like 2000, whenever it was, 13, that guy was like screaming on the thing. And apparently he screamed on this record a lot. So
interesting.
Which is interesting. I know this song in particular is Pete. And like the big chorus that swoops in, he's in like a really weird like chromatic key that's like closer to like what a Metallica chorus would be, and like it's very chromatic, like it descends. Yeah,
that's like a very, that kind of like very staccato, like that way they hit that like progression is very, it's kind of a trademark of the era a little bit, because I feel there's moments like that on like, again, on the Panic album. Like it's very macabre and very like, which is kind of like a, I don't know, there's like a like both
bygone era for sure for guitar music.
Very theatric, very like, I don't know. It's trying to be very like, I don't know, macabre's the word that's sticking with me.
Definitely.
Very like off-putting a
I
little
see
bit.
that.
But it's like, I like that section's dope.
That section's sick.
Yeah.
I also just think like the like that is so different from like what any other band was doing at the time, and it's so interesting to see them fall under that category when I kind of always think that they've been the trendsetters. Because there's bands that still sound like Take This to Your Grave that are coming out today where like I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
Because Fall Out Boy, to me, pushed that genre to its limits, and then once they were done with that genre, they pushed outside of it, made something completely different and sometimes ridiculous with some fucking Danny Elfman moments. And then, here we are today with the 4 post-hiatus records, under their belt, and all of those sound different from each other, whether that's a good thing or not.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to hear this and just be like, yeah, I can't compare this to anybody. And there wasn't anybody at the time that I could compare it to either, which is really interesting.
I can.
Who's that?
So I know that it's a meme, every episode that we bring up Brendon Urie and Panic at the Disco.
Sure.
And then I listened to this song and I was like, this is not going to be an exception because this song
It's very Panic.
this song reminds me
Other
of
topics include Brendon Urie.
yeah, right. This song reminds me of it's like if a Fever song was a little heavier.
Which Fever song?
Just like it could have been on the album if that album
Interesting.
was heavier.
It's one of the like on Cork Tree. It's one of the more like stylistically varied
Mm-hmm.
tracks. Like it's
Definitely.
like they got a bunch of different like energies packed into one
Mhm.
thing, which is kind of like again the trademark of a lot of tracks on Fever.
And it's not even just like the sound of it; it's also the lyrics too.
Yeah.
Like with
Vocal cadences, all that shit.
Oh yeah.
yeah, like this is one of the only songs where I could like understand people mistaking Patrick Stump for Brendon Urie because apparently people do that, which
Yeah,
I don't understand
I've never
at all.
understood that at all.
But this is the closest I've ever gotten to understanding that. And then all the lyrics of like, we will leave you high and dry, like just self-referential, like we're this fucking
Yeah,
like
We're
cool ass
this
band that
yeah.
like, and we don't care if you hate us. Like that's a lot of Fever.
Well, that's a lot of Fever, and then also like it's so funny because like Fever is an album that has lyrics about critics not liking them when they had yet to have any critical reception at all.
Yeah.
Which is so funny, and obviously like there's
came
some
true.
trends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came true, but like also there are like Pete Wentz is never following a trend. It always seems to be that he's the one that's setting the trend.
Mm-hmm.
The long song titles thing, like didn't totally originate with them, but like it was popularized because of him. And also I think they probably did it the best too.
Yeah.
Goofy long song titles thing.
Right.
And the lyrical style, which someone recently told me that they can't stand Pete Wentz's lyrical style, and I was like,
Really?
what is wrong with you? But I think it's just interesting to see, like, to look at this now with some hindsight, which I didn't have in 2008 when I first heard this record, because it was
Right.
only 3 years old. But like, the Academy is also on their first record.
Yeah.
Did the if critics hate us, we don't give a shit. Like we
Right.
don't want to be a part of your stupid scene. It's
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
you aren't you're not eligible for it yet.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't understand.
And like music worked a lot differently back then.
A
Like
lot differently,
bands
yeah.
like getting a record deal was an entirely different game than it is nowadays.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like cuz when you look at how it works now, it's like big name labels and big name management and stuff like that
Yeah.
wants you to see you tread your own path first and like
Mhm.
make an audience for yourself.
Yep.
Whereas back then really like
They
not
saw
even,
black
not
eyeliner
even
and smelled blood. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
even possible to do that. Like you
Yeah.
like I mean, I'm
You
pretty sure
had to get a label deal.
I'm
back
pretty
then.
sure how it happened is like, some label person was at your show and they're like, I see potential here.
Mhm.
And that
No, that's pretty much
which
how
is
it
not
works.
not how it works anymore.
Well, I mean, it's kind of horseshoe theory because like in the 90s that's kind of how everything operated.
Yeah.
And in the 90s everything kind of operated the way it does now, where like
right.
you know
It even worked like that kind of in the
Early
last
2000s.
decade, in the early 2010s too.
Definitely,
Because like
yeah.
I mean with the explosion of like SoundCloud and things
Right,
like that,
yeah.
like that's really what
well, I
started-
think SoundCloud is what started it back over. Is
Right.
just like, oh, we maybe need to stop losing money on these
Yeah.
kids that aren't going to make us money, and
Right.
let's do that. Because, like, I mean, we talked about the Cab a little bit last week, and I don't know if you're familiar with them at all, but the Cab was this band that was kind of Fall Out Boy and Panic fused into one, filtered through like the old Maroon 5 sound.
interesting.
and
What-
fueled
were they
by
putting-
ramen.
Were they putting out music around the same time?
They put out a record in 2010 or a record in 2009, and then they put out another record in 2011.
Okay.
And their
Three-year
first
stretch.
record's really good. But Fueled by Ramen was just pouring fucking money into that band.
Mm.
They were high schoolers, and I'm pretty sure they had no fan base whatsoever until they signed with Fueled by Ramen. And I think that, like, they got put on plenty of tours that would have put them up, but they're an example of just like, overnight starting back up. But when you really think about it, I mean, Fall Out Boy wasn't, created by a label. They were probably the last holdout of that. Hey, let's see, if you can cultivate an audience on your own and that kind of thing. Because Evening Out with Your Girlfriend, self-release, and they just, toured relentlessly until they got signed for Take This to Your Grave. And Take This to Your Grave was even like kind of an experiment to see if they would work, and they worked well enough to where they got the Cork Tree thing, and Cork Tree is where it really, really pops, So it's just interesting to look at that we entered an era where bands were getting signed overnight, Panic being a great example of that. The Academy is. And it was mostly off the back of Fall Out Boy of like, hey, if a band sounds like this and they can make us another Dance Dance, or if they can make us another Sugar We're Going Down, like absolutely we'll fucking sign them. Girls like them? Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. So it's interesting to see, like, they were definitely setting trends sonically, but they were also setting trends with just like the way that they dressed. The way that
oh my god,
labels treated bands.
The pictures of like these bands from this time.
It's awesome.
Are so funny.
So fucking
the crazy
funny.
ass sideburns, the crazy ass like fucking one big thick strand of like hair like hanging right down the middle of your forehead type shit.
I mean, this was around the time
Eyeliner.
that I want to say Metro Station was like 2 or 3 years after this, and it was like Metro Station was just like the look, and then it was like, do you guys have songs? And they're like, I guess we have one. I don't know. So very fun stuff. But I mean, I guess the closest thing that I could sonically compare this to would be like a heavier Fever song, but at the same time, like, I'm not totally seeing it because this feels like more influenced by like thrash metal or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a perfect comparison, but especially when the song starts out, like, and the verse just like kicks in immediately, like it was like, oh, this is like another Panic song or something, and the chorus came in and I was like, okay, well, it's still Fall Out Boy.
It's definitely a Fall Out Boy style chorus with just like, with how much Patrick Stump knows about composition and like all that kind of thing, like you really do hear his voice shine through in this, and that like, wow, nobody's writing a chorus like this except for this motherfucker.
And the second time they do that chorus, it's the 1-3 thing. It goes bam 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 bam. Yeah, it's awesome. Instead of the gallopy thing, so it's like they really like they know how to vary it up and keep it like interesting. Like
and I think that like. They were definitely setting a trend for that too, because I don't think a whole lot of bands were like concerned with varying things up. I think that a lot of bands were, just, repeating shit and whatnot. I mean, I also can't really think of a band that was doing this as popular as them, except for maybe like Foo Fighters, because Weezer had kind of petered out a little bit by this point, and I think Foo Fighters had kind of reached their peak too. But like, I mean, at the time of Cork Tree, I would say that Fall Out Boy was the biggest rock band. Unless there's someone I'm forgetting entirely. Radiohead.
I can't think of it.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know if Radiohead's like a weird example, because like they're a rock band in like the most technical term, but they don't like make rock music.
Yeah. Also, they kind of like had their major peak in the 90s, I feel like. Or did they?
Disagree? I think they hit their peak like early 2010s probably.
Wow.
I mean, like, they play arenas now.
Yeah.
And like no band that peaked in the 90s is still playing arenas.
Oh, sure. I mean, like they're like a highly
coveted you mean
band.
Like cultural zeitgeist?
Yeah.
Now that I'd agree with. Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
No. Like, because
creative peak definitely not in the 90s.
No. Because radio, like you said, Radiohead is a very like highly coveted, highly respected, like major band still, and like any festival they play, they're headlining. Like
for sure,
definitely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Maroon 5 is the same year as this. Songs About Jane is the same year as this.
I think it was 2006. I'm gonna double check that.
Yeah, double check that so that Jason doesn't come after our asses on Twitter.
Or Elder or
Elder T. I don't know.
You guys rock, by the way. We're not shitting on you.
What do you think of this song?
Of this song?
Yeah. General thoughts on this song.
I like it. I think it's an interesting opener. Like I kind of generally with Fall Out Boy albums, I don't really understand like what happened. Why are we?
Songs About Jane was 2002.
Wow. I'm dumb as hell. I'm dumb
yeah,
as rocks,
me too.
baby.
Jeez.
But anyway, Jack.
But I don't really understand the album layouts, like the track lists a lot of the time. This
Ooh.
feels like a really solid opener. Like I like this track a lot. It's one of the more interesting ones on the record, just because it's like it's not really talked about a whole lot. This track.
I think this record and Take This to Your Grave definitely flow the absolute worst. And Take This to Your Grave at least has the phone opening thing, which is funny that they begin 2 albums in a row with sound effects of appliances. It's a camera on this one. It's a phone on the one before.
Yeah. I think the most interesting part about this track is kind of like the things it's getting at, because it opens up with like the paparazzi like camera shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like it's trying to get at like
it represents the themes of the songs really
yeah.
well.
And I feel like it's trying to get at like the being famous and all that, and like the I guess the problems that come along with like being that like famous band. It's like, we have no personality, but you keep us around because we're popular
it
friends. It
almost feels like a dig on other bands at the time.
It's very
great.
tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
I like that about like how it's literally first track, debut album. Like they're
second
making
album.
Oh yeah, second album.
Breakout
album.
album.
Yeah. They like debut as in breakout.
Yeah.
But yeah, big statement for a
big
first track.
fucking statement.
I think mad props.
Very. Yeah, no. And what you were saying about the ordering, this album in particular, I think you could slot every song into it. It's like you could kind of arrange it however the fuck you wanted, except for maybe this song and EXO. Yeah, because I think EXO is a great closer.
Yeah.
Because it's such a like bombastic, just like what the fuck is this track type of deal. But I think you're right. On this one in particular, it's just like the middle parts are so like the songs don't really go into each other. I mean, I couldn't give you the ordering of this record if my fucking life depended on it. I couldn't do it. Whereas with Folly and Infinity, I feel like I could do those pretty well. Yeah.
Folly is a great track. Like I listened to Folly recently as well, and like hearing oh geez, what?
The way you shook your ear.
Yeah, I had an itch, bro. Leave me alone. I'm fucking weird.
That's the fastest I've ever seen somebody scratch their ear.
There's no video component to this.
Oh my God.
Anyway, what a catch, Donnie.
Yeah.
That song feels like closer material to me. Like that shit.
We've talked about this.
Yeah. Because that track was insane. Like the way they like pull in lyrics from like, previous records and stuff. Like it's.
You should listen to our episode on the actual closer on that record, West Coast Smoker.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit, but as a refresher, the only reason that's not the closer is because either Patrick or Pete thought it would be like too sad as like a statement for the whole band.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to leave the door open.
Yeah.
For like another thing.
Whatever. But it just felt confusing because it does feel like it doesn't feel. I mean, I know lyrically it's probably a little depressing. I don't know.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's very depressing. Yeah.
But I mean, mostly just because like when I listened to it recently, I was like, wow, this is epic.
It is.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's
very
great.
Dope. It's an incredible song. And I think live, it's an incredible closer.
Yeah.
They've never used it as a closer live, I don't think, as far as I know.
Fucked up.
Which is very fucked up. But to us, I think what we landed on was What a Catch, Donnie is the big saccharine ending and the ending that everybody wants to have, similar to how you want it to be the closing track. Whereas West Coast Smoker is sort of this like hotel room overdose of a closer. And that's the ending that you actually get, But I don't know. I could be wrong about that. That's how I read it. But I don't know. I mean, I agree with you. Like, there's finality to that song.
Yeah. It does, like, that is a very
Yeah.
eloquent way to put it. Like it's a little. It keeps you on your toes a little bit. Like, oh man, what are they going to do after
Yeah.
this?
Well-
It kind of makes the stuff that comes after it a little bit more compelling because it feels.
And those are the weirdest songs on the record.
Oh, for sure.
In a way.
For
sure.
Those songs are all so strange. 27's after that?
I think so.
Coffees for Closers? I don't remember.
No, Coffees is
for Closes
before.
is the song directly before that.
Okay.
Before
I think it's
But that-
Coffee, Donnie, and then 27.
27?
and then 27.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let's see if I can do this. 27. Whams?
No, one
Fuck.
song before Whams.
Fuck. I got this. Hang on. Oh,
Focus in.
I'm just going to pretend that I have a gun to my head. It's an M16. It's a carbine. It's got a grenade launcher.
Oh, gee,
His
noob
finger is
tube.
on the
All the
grenade
attachments.
launcher trigger.
The works.
Fuck.
You want me to tell you?
Well, hang on, because after it, it's Wham's $20 Nosebleed West Coast Smoker.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
This is a very forgettable track that you're not remembering.
Oh,
I will
none of
say.
them are forgettable. Hang on.
Yeah.
I got to do it from the beginning, though. Water Buffaloes, I Don't Care. She's My Winona. America's Sweethearts. Did I fuck one up?
No, I said you're.
Head first slide into Cooperstown on a
Yeah.
bad bet. Ship Gold Standard.
Yeah.
Coffees for Closers.
Yeah.
What a Catch.
27.
27.
27.
Fuck. What is it?
I'm trying
Tiffany
to remember
Blues.
Oh, not a forgettable song.
Not
Fuck
a for-
you.
you
That
are-
song's
you're
incredible.
out of your goddamn mind.
That's one of their best songs. I don't give a
Jeez.
shit. Yeah.
Christ. All
We're
right.
having you back on for Tiffany Blues. and
All
you're
right,
gonna
hurry.
like
We're gonna
it.
fucking
I mean,
prove
I
you
forgot
wrong.
it because I listened to it 2 days ago and I don't remember it.
Oh,
But
what a good
This
song.
guy. I bet
Fuck.
Foley's not even on his chart. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
I don't have, all right.
It's not even on your 5x5, bro.
I don't have a chart.
It's not even
Show
on
us
your,
your 5x5.
not even on your topsters,
I don't
bro.
have it on me.
I'll have it next week.
It's
man.
in my other
Fuck.
pants.
Fuck. Can you imagine a guy like coming up with a switchblade and just being like, phone, wallet, 5x5? You show it, he's like, it's trash. You can leave.
You got no money.
Phone, wallet, topsters. If I see car seat headrest anywhere on that, I will kill you.
How many Drake Scrabbles do you have? Yeah.
What a world.
Well, it's funny because immediately after this song, the song we're talking about, you get Of All the Gin Joints,
Yeah.
which I don't like that song.
Really? I kind of like
I
it.
think that's my I think that's on the. I think that's on. It's not that I don't like that song. It's just compared to everything that comes after it, it's so lackluster.
Mhm.
Because Dance Dance is directly after that,
Yeah, Dance
and
Dance
Dance
is-
Dance is a smash.
Yeah.
How do you proceed dance dance?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, what's funny is I think Dance Dance after this song would be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was front loaded a little bit, but
I mean,
yeah.
Sugar comes right after Dance Dance too. So, and that's like,
Whoa.
God damn.
Whoa.
It's
That's
like-
true.
it is
Probably my least favorite of their popular songs. I'll be real.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like I like that one. Well,
my
we're
least
not
favorite
including
is
Centuries.
so-
Oh,
Oh boy.
Century.
Whenever we do Centuries, we got to have somebody special on for that.
yeah.
We're gonna get Jack Antonoff for that episode.
Wow.
We're gonna get Jack
She
Antonoff.
jacked
to talk.
my Antonoff.
Actually, I know exactly who we're gonna have on for that. I'm not gonna say.
We'll
Ooh.
keep it a secret.
Hold it close to the chest.
Yeah, we're gonna hold it real close to the
I don't
chest.
like what my songs know what you did in the dark. I don't like that one. That one's
I
popular,
think that
song-
song's
right?
all right.
I don't
think
like
that
that
song's
one.
okay.
I think that song is dog ass.
I think that song's fine.
I think the best part about that song is that 2 Chainz is in the video.
I think the best part about that song are the verses. But
Ratio.
ratio.
It's not the song we're talking
Jesus.
about.
Not
Anyway,
the song we're talking
sorry.
about at all. Boop. Yeah. Standout lyrics. What you guys got?
Let me pull up the Genius page.
I'm pulling up the Genius page.
I'm pulling up the Genius page on this podcast episode.
Hey, quick question. When did Genius change over from being Rap Genius, or did it never change over from being Rap Genius? Has it
I
always
don't
just
know.
been Genius?
That's a good question. Because every time I've used it in my whole life, it's been just Genius.
Yeah. No, that's also what I'm thinking. Where is my phone?
I don't know. Where'd you put?
It's where the
Where'd you
wheel
put it?
is.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Can't find it.
This is going to be an issue if I can't find it. I'm
Hmm.
searching for it with the mic in hand. trying to get sort of an aerial view on it right now.
Rummaging.
Oh boy, where is this, John? Folks, we found my phone. It was on the desk directly in front of me.
That's crazy.
We
how
were
that
looking
happens.
for a really long time
That's
for it to be that close by.
God.
All right, standout lyrics. Let's get back to them.
Let's get back into it. I don't think I gave one yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just past 8, and I'm young and feeling reckless. The ribbon on my wrist says "Do not open before Christmas." Is my pick. Favorite lyric, probably.
That's a great one. We will leave you high and dry. It's not worth the hearing you'll lose, which is very fun. I do think that the pressure of them being worried that they would end up like a one-hit wonder or end up like a, like just a band with one good album that's a cult classic or something like that. I think that worry is always there for them. And it's a worry that other bands of this era that did end up like that just didn't have.
Yeah.
I mean, as Patrick has been talking about in the past couple of months with the leading up to the new record, they've all talked about they're like, yeah, we're just all waiting for this to end and for all of the press and all of the fame and all of the fans to just go away. And it never has for them because I think they're always so worried about doing something different. And unfortunately, there is a big it's almost like a truther community for Mania.
Yeah.
Even though, Dawson and I don't like that record. We don't like any of the post-hiatus records, really. But
I haven't heard it, but I've heard snippets and I've hated all of them. So
yeah.
Doesn't feel like it's worth my ears just because I don't really like pop music like that anyway. Is it even a pop album?
It's
it's so weird.
It's weird.
It's so strange. I don't even know how to describe
it's
it.
like
Maybe that's why it's called
electropop.
Mania.
It's like electropop kind of, but it's also got some fucking weird reggae parts that don't work at all.
Yeah.
It's got it's almost like an EDM drop at one point.
Yeah, there's
so
a lot
weird.
of. It's it's. My theory is that Pete once wanted to make Kid A, and what happened was not that.
Interesting.
I don't know if I agree with that, just because I have more faith in Pete to make a better album if he's shooting for Kid A.
Oh no, I think
do you know that's a high bar
it's
to
a very
hit.
high bar to clear, and I just think that it didn't land like they wanted it to. It's a Mania, for all its shortcomings, is still a big swing.
Yeah,
I will say that it is not a wet fart of an album at all. It is still a big swing. They always take big swings. They really, really strike out on that one.
Jeez.
Oh, I got the lyric a little bit wrong. We're friends when you're on your knees. Make them dance like we were shooting their feet. I love that one very much. Can we talk about the way that they've performed this live? First of all, they haven't played this song since 2008. It's been a long time.
I can see that.
Patrick is doing a harmony that is there on the record, but he's not doing the main vocal line at all.
Yeah.
And when you make comments about him over singing, I think this is a good example of it. I do think it works live. I don't know how you felt about the couple of live videos that we watched before Jack got here, though.
I think they're I think it's they're definitely good performances. But just I'm the kind of guy where if you're gonna switch up the song live, it's got to be a really fucking good reason to do it. And you've got to be doing something really cool or just interesting or different. And I don't think changing the vocal line to just the harmony, because in the chorus he goes, actually I'm not gonna sing it. That's fucked up.
We're only liars.
He goes
instead of only liars.
Something like
so he's
that.
almost doing an octave up.
He jumps it way high.
Yeah.
Only liars. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do it.
That's
and
not
we
the
watched
part of the song that people are singing. They're singing it's only.
Yeah. So He doesn't have to be doing all that. But he did want to be a swagged out white boy back then.
That's true.
And he was really trying to be the swaggiest white boy.
Yeah. You know what? All is forgiven.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
respect the hustle.
all is forgiven in the trial of white boys.
Just a little quirked up.
Yeah.
He was trying to be as quirked up as possible, and this time around, he went a little too quirked up.
Yeah. He quirked
Well,
it
now
up.
my phone's on the ground, but at least we know where it is.
Yeah. And like that, the performance videos we watched, like,
I would be curious to see these.
yeah, we should have
Oh,
waited.
yeah.
It's okay.
You know what? We're going to show him the funny one.
Okay.
Hold up. There's pre-roll.
Oh.
Sorry.
Try it again.
Wow. Those were, I mean, to Patrick's credit, those are very good live vocals.
They're very, very good.
He sounds very good live.
He sounds very good live, yes.
Yeah. I'm not that mad at like the high harmony thing. I think
it's cool. It's just an interesting choice to not have that be the main line on the record.
He's flexing.
He's flexing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's definitely like he's doing a bunch of riffs and shit. Like it's very like that is, you know, I think Patrick's vocal talent is very like is one of the big things attributed to that band's success because it's
absolutely
like a lot of bands doing stuff in this style kind of have shitty vocals sometimes. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, you look at like, you know, your Patrick Stumps and your Brendon Uries, and they're obviously phenomenal vocalists. Yeah. And like that, like makes it that much more accessible to like wider audiences, which is kind of like, you know, I see it, you know, it's like, it's Pete doing the like, come on, is really funny.
It's very funny. Joe's backing vocals also hilarious.
Like, because we're the best.
That's like I was gonna make that point. Like that whole performance is 4 quirked as hell white boys.
Oh yeah,
and like that's what makes it so much fun to watch because they're all having the time of their life.
Oh yeah,
but like Joe is fucking doing Beyblades in the corner, and then he has to come to the mic to do backup vocals.
Yeah,
and
they're not performing.
So funny.
They're not performing. They're not performing for the cameras. They're performing for those, like
for those kids.
If you were in the audience for that performance that we just watched,
it was probably sick.
Had the time of your life.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I think that shit is cool.
AOL Music, by the way.
AOL Music, everybody.
If you want to watch the same one that we just watched, which we should have mentioned before, but it's it's on Fall Out Boy's channel. It's them performing this song for AOL Music Live.
Yeah, which Fall Out Boy's YouTube channel has kind of acted like as a bit of an archive,
which I really appreciate.
Yeah, it's really good, especially for us for like looking back on shit. There's some shit that just straight up does not make it to, you know, the live performance element. Like, I mean, the song we did last week, never been performed live. West Coast Smoker, also never been performed live. But if they've played on any sort of, if any of their performances have been professionally shot, it is up on Fall Out Boy's YouTube.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, boys. We love you. We love you for that one.
Boy.
Thank you. I mean, anything else about the song we wanted to bring up?
Song meanings.
Oh yeah.
This song is
we haven't
old
done
enough.
that.
This song is old enough that it actually has a song meanings page.
Ooh.
Did you look at the last 2 songs we did and they just didn't have them?
I think Janasfist might have had one, but
the trappings of fame.
So
yeah,
that's what the trappings.
Listen, because of this podcast, we've made a lot of money and we're not really focused on it anymore.
Yeah,
I see.
I'm
really
actually
sad.
leaving.
That's also what the song's about.
I'm leaving both of my bands to podcast full time.
Wow,
and I'm leaving this podcast because based on my performance on this podcast, I was offered a high position in the United States Air Force. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was offered a position.
They're gonna like, help me. They're gonna let me pick the shape of missiles and stuff. I'm gonna be like, that one should have more fins.
Shape.
This one needs more girth.
This one should be girthier,
yeah.
I want a blue streak with Sonic the Hedgehog on this one.
This missile should have flames.
I want this missile to go way past cool when you shoot it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, songmeanings.com.
I want this missile to be named the Hulk roller coaster. Go ahead.
This is just kind of a funny one, like a little sweet one, from Jessica Ortiz 20 on March 18th, 2005. I don't know what this is about either, but it is very good. I could just listen to it over and over. I'm gonna see FOB on Tuesday. 3 happy faces.
Good. Jessica is her name.
Yep.
Good for you, Jessica. I hope
I
you had a
hope it
great
was
time.
a good show, Jessica.
I'm
She's
sure
probably
Jessica had a
listening.
great time.
She listens. She's a subscriber.
Let's
Much like how Anne Frank would have been a believer. Jessica from Song Meetings.
This is our equivalent.
That's right.
Jessica
this
Ortiz.
one's a little confusing by X Liarface on May 5th, 2005.
Liar face.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, put these words down into your notebook, which, fun line. I like it.
Spit lines like these. Yeah.
This person says, I still do this and I'm in college. Bad habits break hard, I guess. Still love the album despite somehow feeling insulted by them slaughtering the population of their fans with half of the songs. They hate a scene they created. Catch 22. What are you talking about?
Shut up.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a condemnation of writing lyrics down in your notebook.
No, I don't think so.
I think you thought about it too hard. X Liar Face on May 5th, 2005. If you're listening to this podcast right now, fuck you. Not really.
Get his ass. Get his ass.
Yeah, man.
Who else?
Took
What
those
else?
lyrics as a personal attack.
Yeah, man.
It's not that deep.
A lot of people thought that this song was insulting them personally.
That's funny.
Conando the very next day said, "Are they testing their limits with how obviously they can insult their fans without anyone really caring? It's damn catchy though, must say."
Yeah.
They got away with it with you. So.
I think they don't know what it means to be tongue in cheek.
I don't think they know what self-awareness is.
I think they just heard the lyrics and took them at face value. Oh, also,
it's like, they told us in a song they're selling out. Fuck you, Fall Out Boy.
They're selling out. Fall Out Boy.
They're liars. They've been lying this whole time.
Dude.
You're not the best. For
I don't
that.
think I can listen to Fall Out Boy anymore, dude. They're selling out, dude. I don't think I can fucking listen to them anymore.
Fuck!
They were my favorite underground band when only I ever listened to them, and now that they've sold out and have more listeners, I fucking hate them.
Dude, Fall Out Boy was so underground until a few years ago.
Before this last record came out, Fall Out Boy was a little underground.
Can you imagine gatekeeping Fall Out Boy up until the Uma Thurman Pepsi commercial? It's like, oh, dude, come on!
Can't believe they would sell out.
No,
Pepsi
dude.
commercial. Fuck!
Oh my god.
But
someone gatekeeping Kendall Jenner until her. Is that Kendall or Kylie?
That was Kendall.
Yeah.
Kendall
Fuck!
Jenner's Pepsi commercial.
She just handed a Pepsi to the riot police. Now everybody's gonna like her.
God damn it!
Fuck!
I love Kendall Jenner.
She's the most underground member of the family.
And when I talk about Kendall Jenner, I mean the unreleased Black Country New Road song, banger. If anyone knows about that one. Anyway,
I'm not mad at you for that, but I almost threw this microphone.
please don't. That would hurt
it's
a little
yours.
bit. Yeah.
Oh,
my fault.
But there was this comment by Ladies Man 808.
oh shit.
And ladies spelled
Let's
with a
fucking
Z.
go.
So ladies man.
So far, I like this
808
guy.
on May 11th, 2005. Now, before I say this comment,
Oh, here we go.
there's a
Strap
little
in, baby.
factoid about this song that's kind of interesting. There was a Rolling Stones magazine joke where I think they wrote that the original title of this song was "I Loved You So Much Before You Were a MySpace Whore," which was not the original title of the song. But because of that, a misconception came about that was the original title of the song. So Ladies Man 808 on May 11th, 2005 says, "Lamau, yeah, MySpace whores. Ah ha 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 ha. So great. I love FOB."
I wonder if he's being
Interesting.
sarcastic.
That is so funny to think that Fall Out Boy would ever name a song that.
Yeah.
I think that's if a normie tried to come up with a Fall Out Boy song title. I don't know.
Maybe I think a normie probably did come up with that title and try to pass it off as an actual
Probably.
Fall Out Boy
Absolutely,
song title. Yeah.
Probably.
Do you think this song's been played in an emo night?
Oh, it's a deep cut, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
I feel like this qualifies as a deep cut at this point.
Oh, at this point, for sure.
Like,
But back then. Well, how long has Emo Night been around?
Too long.
Too long, yeah.
I want to say like since 2014 or 15.
Mm.
The Chainsmokers started it.
Oh,
Yeah, they're like the
Wow.
founders of it. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
that's so weird. The Chainsmokers are maybe like the last people I think of when I hear the word emo.
Well, I think their definition of emo is very different from ours.
Yeah, their definition
Sure.
of emo is like Machine Gun Kelly, pop
Avril
punk.
Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne is closer.
She
I
falls into
guess.
the category.
She has
but,
the look.
Yeah, for sure. I've only ever been to one emo night, and
I've never been to any.
I'd rather pull my balls out with a monkey wrench.
Christ, man.
Sorry.
The prospect just doesn't seem.
I'd rather
attractive
get
to
a
me.
bone disease.
It's a scene kid rave
Yeah.
is what it is.
Not even.
Did you go to one of the
It's
nights
a
where?
normie rave that gives them an excuse to like
A
music that they're
quote
not supposed to
unquote.
like.
I'm doing the thing with my fingers.
What'd you say?
Scene kid rave.
Did you go to one of the nights where like they had bands performing, or was it just like a karaoke?
We played one in Austin.
Ah.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Good.
Yeah.
We made no money in merch because people weren't there to buy merch, but we played to like, I don't know, fucking 400, 500 people.
Nice.
So we played to a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
My mosh call when we first started, I was like, you just have to watch us for 30 minutes and then you can go back to listening to A Day to Remember. I promise. And then we went in and people liked it. I mean, people moshed for sure. People had a good time.
That's
tough.
good.
We got paid well. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
mean how they do emo night at the Masquerade is they have like the main shit happening in heaven, which is like the bit for those of you who are not from the greater Atlanta area and don't go to shows there. The Masquerade has 3 stages. Heaven is the biggest one,
Mhm.
and it's the big room,
Yeah.
and they have like all the like the DJ set with all the 2000s
yeah.
quote scene music.
And they usually have
happening
like
in
a
there.
guest DJ.
Yeah, there's a
who's
guest
doing
DJ
it.
or something, and people are up on the stage partying and stuff. And then, like, if they have like actual bands playing, they have them in like Purgatory,
Purgatory.
Mm.
Yeah.
which is like.
So
you
what
know,
happens in hell? Nothing.
I mean, I guess nothing.
Okay.
The
interesting.
one emo night I had been to, I think, Cool was playing.
Oh,
Cool, cool. At
in,
emo night
in
is
Purgatory at emo night or
That's
something.
dope.
No, it was Harm. I went to the one where Harm played.
nice. Yeah.
And then we went over to Heaven.
Shout out Harm.
funny.
Shouts
Mhm.
out.
New song coming out Friday, right?
I think so. Pretty soon.
Stoked for
Pretty
them.
soon.
Stoked for them. All those songs
Very-
rock. They
very
sent
cool
them,
band.
They sent them to me. They were cool.
Shout out Harm.
Shout out Harm. Yeah, I don't think this is being played at emo night. I think
No.
this is a deep enough cut where
Yeah.
unless you were like actually around for it, or if you're like a diehard FOB fan, I don't think this is getting played at emo night. I also don't even think this is going to get pulled out live. Maybe for the rest of the time this band is around.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, my theory is that, and I was thinking about this the other day, and I meant to maybe even lead off with it. Unless they are strapped for cash, which I don't think they're ever going to be at this point.
Mhm.
Because I think this album has kind of revived their interest in making this type of music again. This most recent album, So Much for Stardust. And I think they probably have another record or two in them.
Yeah.
I think they'll-
They've said that they're gonna keep making records.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I'm excited going forward. I think
Mhm.
that if anything, So Much for Stardust might be something transitional.
Oh,
into
if nothing
something
else,
really
it's an inkling of hope
Yo,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
that they still have, that sound.
they still have it in them,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, and they still can write, really, really interesting shit and everything. I re-listened to it like 3 or 4 times this week, and I was like, wow, this album's great. Anyway,
Mhm.
I don't think that they're ever going to do one of those like this album all the way through tours.
No.
I could see a show where they do it, a show or two, where
Mhm.
they're like, hey, we're playing From Under the Cork Tree all the way through in Chicago, and it's one night. And
Is that where they're from?
they're from? Chicago,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
outside of Chicago. I could see that happening, but I don't think that they are ever going to do a tour where it is this album all the way through, or this album all the way through, or something like that. Because
Yeah.
I don't think they're interested in doing anything like that. And I think it's usually a sign of bands needing money when
Yeah.
bands announce shit like that.
Run the Jewels just announced one of those.
Yeah, but it's four
It's-
shows,
yeah,
right? It's
That's
just
a little
shows.
different. That's a little
Yeah.
different. For those who don't know, Run the Jewels is doing a thing where They will go to a city, play 4 shows in a row. First one's when the Jewels 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then they go to the next city. It's only like
Interesting.
4 or 5 cities,
Yeah.
but it's 4 shows.
I think I
each city.
might end up going to the Run the Jewels 2 and 3 shows here because
like it's a really cool.
I would really like to hear those records live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really cool concept. Just like do all 4 of your albums one night after the other.
Yeah.
In like the same venue, or do they move?
Same
around?
Same
venue.
venue.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, all those shows are going to sell out. So
Yeah.
good for them. Yeah, I couldn't foresee Fall Out Boy doing that either.
No, they have too many albums.
Too many albums.
Imagine though,
Yeah.
PM at eight nights in every city.
Mania
Yeah.
night, no one shows up.
No, people would show up. I think
There's a lot of Mania truth.
honestly,
out there.
honestly,
Sure.
we are in the minority for people who don't like Mania. It's very
Really?
interesting. Yeah. Which it's funny because Mary Mahoney, friend of the show, future guest of the pod, she's gonna come on whenever we do Wilson, that song from Mania. It could be next week. It could be a fucking year from now. I don't know. It's the nature of the wheel, baby.
The unforgiving.
Just
Cruel
keeps
mistress.
turning, baby. Yeah, I was talking to her today, and she was like, "Are you kind of coming around on Mania?" And I was like, "A little, yeah." So I don't know if I like it, but I think I've moved past disliking it
I
entirely.
That's interesting.
again
That's interesting.
haven't heard it.
I don't know. We'll see where I land on it. I don't know. I hated it when it came out. I really, really did. I was like, this is the nail in the coffin. This is one nail in the coffin. And if they do this shit again, it's going to be, lights out. It's going to be curtains for FOB. But thank God. Anyway, let's rate this song 1 out of 10.
1 through
yours?
10. 1
1
through
through
10.
10.
Carson
1 out
didn't
of
just
10.
rate it 1 out of 10.
Oh, man. I'm so bad with
Sheesh.
words. I hit my head in the shower yesterday. I think I've been a little crazy because of it. I think that's why I lost my phone earlier.
Manic.
Damn.
Yeah. I hit my head a lot. I don't know what's up with
Why
me.
do you do that? Have you tried like not hitting your head? Oh no! It's,
The lingering
it
after
started.
effect.
the hemorrhages have begun.
Yeah.
See,
Jack, since you're our guest, would you like to go first?
1 out of 10. I give this song a 7. I think it's solid.
Yeah.
It's a good
Measured
song.
take. Measured take.
Measured.
What about you, Dawson?
8.
I'm gonna also give this song a 7.
Hmm.
It's not forgettable. It's very cool. It's very similar to how I felt about Carpal Tunnel, although I think I like Carpal Tunnel more. Whereas this is like, if you were to show somebody, like, show me a Fall Out Boy song that isn't one of their big hits, I feel like this is a good song to show people. It's not the first one I jumped to, but it's a good song.
It's one of them.
Ranking their album openers, though, I think I'm gonna put this above Thriller.
Damn. I wouldn't.
Really?
I think Thriller is a killer.
I would be.
album opener.
I don't
Thriller
know.
beats this out, I think.
I don't know.
Like if I were to rank
I'd have to
the,
A-B it. I
if
might
were
be
to-
crazy.
If I were to rank the openers for the albums that I liked,
CTE might be settling in, folks.
it would probably go. Well, obviously, Disloyal Order is first.
Disloyal Order is first for me, too.
Then probably Thriller.
Love from the Other Side.
Then Love from the Other Side. Then this one.
For me, at the moment, my top 4 is Disloyal Order, Love from the Other Side, this, then Thriller. But
And then
again,
whichever song opened, Take This to Your Grave is below those.
All good openers.
Yeah.
Take This to Your Grave is Tell That Mick. Phoenix opens Save Rock and Roll. I forget what opens American Beauty, American Psycho.
I do too.
And I forget what opens Mania, honestly. So.
Yeah,
but
that too.
Phoenix might be higher than Tell That Mick. I'm not gonna lie. Phoenix is
Really?
kind of a smash. I love that song.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah. 7 out of 10. You know what? I'm gonna say it's tied with Thriller because I think Thriller's a great song and a great intro. And how the fuck are you gonna top the Jay-Z intro?
Yeah.
But it's just a great album opener. I think it's important. I think it's important to the canon.
It sets the tone really well for the rest of the record.
It sets the tone really well for the rest of the record. I don't even know if it's in my top 20 FOB songs.
No.
But it cracks the top 25, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to 7. 7.
Yeah.
Closer to a 6 than an 8, but it's a 7 for sure. Thriller is also a 7, but once we do the Thriller episode, I might have a renewed
I think Thriller.
I might be I was smoking dick on on the Our Lawyer episode.
Thriller goes kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Thriller does go crazy, and I don't know.
We'll get
I
to
might be
Thriller.
smoking dick. I might be smoking dick.
We'll get to Thriller. We'll find out if Carson is smoking dick on that episode. But in the meantime, we do have a funny wheel to spin.
We do have a funny wheel to spin, and as you guys know,
exciting.
We let our guests spin the wheel.
Oh,
you get to press the button that spins the wheel.
Wow.
Wow. All right,
this
so you
looks
see that?
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
see how many
beautiful colors.
Goddamn songs are on.
All right,
Do
so
I,
hit spin and then show it to the two of us. Hit the button that says spin. All right.
Okay,
show the two of us.
Spinning. It's
show
spinning.
the two of us. There you go. Oh boy. oh boy.
Oh, boy.
We have landed on the Save Rock and Roll hit Just One Yesterday.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy. Our first Save Rock and Roll
Our
song.
first
This
Save Rock
day
and
had
Roll
to come
song.
eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no
You having
respins.
fun on my phone there, Jack?
Sorry, I was gonna go. I thought it was my phone for a second. I was like, well, let me go to Spotify and see what's going on with this song on where it is on
Yeah. I got some mixed feelings on this. I haven't
We'll
Just
get
heard
one
to
this song in
that.
a
We'll
long
get
time.
smack
to
like
We'll get to that one.
early
But
leg.
thanks for listening. If you made it this far, kisses for sure. Jack, do you have anything you want to shout out? It's probably the same things that I shout out every episode.
Oh, sure,
but,
yeah.
you
Keep
know.
your eyes peeled for new Bummer Hill music,
Yeah.
new Bummer Hill shows. Of course, it's our
Mhm.
it's our passion project. We're very excited about it, and we hope you enjoy the stuff that comes out when it does come out.
Fuck yeah.
At Bummerhill ATL on Twitter.
Listen
at
to
Bummerhill
City
on
Limits.
Instagram. Listen to City Limit at Bummerhill on Instagram. At Callous Boys on Instagram. No, on Twitter. At the Callous Boys on Instagram.
There you go.
Um,
I'm at Carson from Dowboys on Instagram if you want to follow me.
I'm at Peanut Reject. My
Yeah.
personal.
Uh,
Everywhere.
yeah. Yeah, Callous Cowboys tour. I haven't plugged this yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Mhm.
We're on the road with Hazing Over from May 5th to. Jesus.
It was a dank sneeze
he's in the
face,
middle
bro.
of
I know.
Sneeze.
I was about to really sneeze it up in here. We're on the road from May 5th to May 11th, everybody. Those dates are. Give me a second. Hold up now, baby.
Hold on a second.
Dates of the Wild Hogs tour with Hazing Over. We have May 5th, Knoxville, Tennessee at Carnes Community Center. May 6th, Richmond, Virginia at Canal Club. May 7th, Atlantic City, New Jersey at Bamboozle Festival. That's going to be a shit show. May 8th, Baltimore, Maryland, Metro Gallery, baby. May 9th, Greensboro, North Carolina at Hangar 1819. May 10th, Columbia, South Carolina at New Brooklyn Tavern. And May 11th, Nashville, Tennessee at The End. Hope to see y'all out there.
If you go to any of those shows, cool.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Good work.
Please buy a ticket.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.